What's up guys, not Super Mario here and welcome to today's video. It is finally time that James Gunn says something about DC future. Yes, he just dropped a video on Twitter about his upcoming slate with Peter Safran and of course James Gunn being at the helm of DC Studios. I am excited. I trust in James Gunn. I have lots of trust in James Gunn and Peter Safran. Even though I'm afraid and carefully optimistic, I really love DC as a brand and characters and all of those things. So I'm very, very carefully optimistic because there are some things that happen that I'm like, why Henry Cavill? It's probably the biggest one in my opinion. But like I said, I trust James Gunn. And now let's see what he's bringing to DC. What movies are we gonna get? What does, like, all the movies that are still happening but are not part of it? I wanna know. I'm confused. I'm gonna probably be even more confused by this video, but I'm hopeful.
Hey everybody, I'm James
Hey James Gunn.
I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time.
True that.
One of our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
I mean,
the characters
that's gonna be a tough thing to do,
played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds,
Okay.
outside of the mainstream
Okay.
DCU continuity.
Thank you for the
Peter and I
clarification.
have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter.
Phase 1.
It's not the entire first chapter.
Oh.
The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
Okay,
the
2
next
years
thing
from now.
is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns.
Oh,
this is
finally!
A story of a couple of Green Lanterns,
Fucking
John Stewart
finally!
and Hal Jordan. And
Nice.
we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of
Me
Green
personally,
Lanterns who
I would
are
like to see
space
them on the big
cops
screen, but
watching
I'm okay with
over
a TV show.
Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters. We are
have zero clue what The Authority is.
And will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira,
Amazonian,
which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is the brave and the bold. The Brave
Ooh.
and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual
Robin.
son, Damian
Yep.
Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my
interesting.
favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line. And so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series
Booster
called
Gold.
Booster Gold is one of comics' really
Yeah.
popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come
This will
back
be
to
interesting.
present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film.
Ooh.
Now,
So we are getting a
Superman
Supergirl
is a guy who was
girl
sent to Earth
movie.
and raised
Okay.
by loving parents. Where Supergirl
Haven't read the
in this
comic, so
story,
know nothing
she is
about
a
it.
character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to
Ooh, Swamp Thing.
the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins
Ooh,
of
film?
the monster who
It says
is
film.
Swamp Thing.
Bottom
and
left.
although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters
True.
to us.
Completely
I want to
agree.
be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, James
I
Gunn.
appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
So yeah, that was James Gunn's slate, or at least a few projects announced. Biggest things to take away. We are getting a Superman movie. We are getting a Supergirl movie. We are getting a new Batman movie called Bold and the Brave. I think it's called The Brave and the Bold. I'm sorry, from the recent comic about Batman and his actual son. So that's exciting. We are getting a Lantern show, which I think it's really, really good. In my personal opinion, I think that Lanterns deserve a spot on a big screen. But from everything that James Gunn said in this like quick little announcement about the future of DCU, we are gonna get a lot of things getting from gaming to animation to movies to TV shows. So everything's gonna cross over, which I think it's really good. I think that it's nice to see that we're gonna get everything and it's gonna be in canon, and if you see a character in an animated thingy, you can get it in a movie as well, which I absolutely adore. We are getting also a Swamp Thing movie. We are getting a Booster Gold TV show, which I think it's really awesome. And we are getting a movie that I honestly don't know anything about it. The Authority, don't know anything about those characters, so let me know in the comments down below what do you think about it. There are some other confusing things still happening. I mean, James Gunn said at the beginning that Flash is kind of resetting the DCU, which, yes, I love it in a way, but how do other characters exist after that were existing? I don't know. It's confusing because we are getting a Waller show. We are with Viola Davis. We are getting Peacemaker season 2. We are getting a TV show which looked like has Weasel in it. So there are some things that I'm still wrapping my mind and brains around it and still kind of confused about it. But overall, like I said at the beginning, I have faith in James Gunn. Hopefully, I really do hope that everything that he said and whatever he's trying to do and will do will come to fruition, will be exciting, and at the end of the day, hopefully we are getting some great projects. I know a lot of you out there are not going to be happy. There are some things that I'm still confused about and not actually really happy about, because it's just weird. DC was always in a weird state. It's really hard to even say that anything is connected because we got so many different iterations. They were trying with Snyderverse. They did it, but they didn't do it, and we are still getting movies. It's confusing. But at the end of the day, I think James Gunn and Peter Safran are amazing filmmakers and producers who really cherish filmmakers and movie making and storytelling. So hopefully, at the end of the day, we're getting great projects, great movies, great TV shows, great animation stuff that will make sense, will be connected, and we're gonna be happy and just joyful when we watch the movies. And I really do hope we go through all the genres, horror stuff, sci-fi stuff, I mean, I really do hope that this thing that they are starting from the scratch will work. Because DC has been in a shitty state for a really, really long time. So yeah, that was it from James Gunn and DCU for now. There probably has been things that I completely forgot to mention, but you can watch the video of James Gunn yourself and wrap your minds around it and let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about it? Do you like it? What is your favorite project, upcoming project that James Gunn announced? Mine, I will say Lantern TV show. I absolutely adore Lanterns, Green Lanterns, Red Lanterns, Yellow Lanterns, all the Lanterns, and I really do hope that we are finally getting Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, and all the other Lanterns in the right way, because those characters haven't been done justice since the animation stuff, like from 25 years ago. So I really do hope Lanterns are the thing that is happening and the thing that is going to be awesome. And there are, of course, other projects that I'm also excited for. As I said, let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about everything that just happened. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, share this video all over the place, click the bell icon to get notified when I upload, and I see you next time. Bye!